Beautiful day for a ride. Today, we'll be touring the lovely upstate New York village of Akron, New York. Beautiful town, small village, a couple parks, an airport, some historic sites, and some mighty fine food and drink to be had. Right off of Route 5, which runs east-west. This is Route 93. Take this through the village, you'll be on your way to Lockport, New York, near the Erie Canal. That's Grant's Club. Ulysses S. Grant reportedly carried one like that. Must have been nasty. Kind of like a billy club, nightstick. Sutton's Horse Farm. Pixley's Grocery Store. There's horses for sale if you're interested. Go there and see a man about a horse. Oh, garage sale. There's a new restaurant in town, the Akron Ale House, formerly the Akron House restaurant. I like the addition of the ale. There's part of the park down that street. We'll visit that perhaps later. Fire hall, local car repair garage, and this is Main Street. There's the Akron Ale House, the library, old style 1800s Main Street. Cruise nights every Thursday night. Street fills up with classic cars, some old, some new. Diner, liquor store, of course. Town Square Park, Russell Park, some more memorials in there, post office, some beautiful old homes in the village. There's the museum, and up here on your right, the Octagon House. Served as a residence for years, now part of the Historical Society's museum. I believe you can tour that 2 Saturdays a month, 2 Sundays a month, I believe. This is Parkview Drive, aptly named, as you'll see. Beautiful Akron Falls Park, operated by the county of Erie County. There's a dam holds in the water for this pond just underneath this bridge. Not a camping park or anything, but beautiful for picnics. There are tennis courts, playgrounds, shelters you can reserve for the day for your family reunion or company picnic. An old baseball field or kickball. There are actually 2 waterfalls in the park. One easy access by car with a parking lot and a trail that leads right up to the falls. The other one is a little harder to see. Can't really get to it from the creek, but you can see it from the back of a local ice cream shop. Parks always pose some interesting riding challenges, but the venerable Kawasaki 550 seems to handle them all, which isn't that difficult at 15 miles an hour. There are restroom buildings here and there for your bodily functions. Water spigots, if you didn't bring your own. I believe it is potable water, not just creek water. Refill your water bottle when you're hiking. There's a nature trail runs all the way along this creek. It goes all the way up to the waterfall. And there are no yield or stop signs here, which is strange, but we're down in the lower section, below the bridge we went over, near the pond. Creek widens out a little here, and there are fish in there. People fish regularly. Usually some small striped bass or some actually pretty good sized carp. If you can catch them, put up a nice fight for you. There's the bridge, newly reconstructed. Exactly the same as the first one, which I believe was a CCC project back in the day. Had fallen into disrepair, but it's now restored to its former glory. We'll go back up the hill through the rest of the park, perhaps see more of the village. It's August 1st. Gorgeous day. About 78 degrees. Entrance to the nature trail is right there on my left. Easy to park and walk the entire thing through the woods, right along the creek. Cool off on a hot summer day. Luckily there's no stop sign here at the top of the hill. We'll continue on. The park's embedded right in the middle of the village, so along the borders you'll see housing on some of the streets outside the park. Nice location if you live there. You want to take a walk? It's right in your backyard. Plenty of room for picnics and walking. Wintertime, cross-country skiing. There is a sledding hill in the winter. If there's enough snow, which around here there usually is, January, February. You take a slide on a tube or sled. It's a nice rock garden here with some plantings and a couple of fountains, little ponds. So what used to be the caretaker's residence. I think they rent it now. Here's the trail to the falls with the parking lot. Fellow cyclists, cyclers, bikers. Back on the other side of that street are a bunch of soccer and baseball fields used regularly, spring and summer. And up on the top end of the park here, Up on the top end of the park here, it looks like you're outside the park, but you're not. They own a little bit more property. The bridge there is closed, needs repair. Is Cummings Lodge, another rentable shelter. This one with heat in the winter, acts as a nice little clubhouse for the skating rink. This grassy field here is filled with water from the creek, freezes over naturally. Throw out a couple of hockey nets or just open ice skating. You can practice your triple axels and your, well, I was going to say pirouettes, but wrong sport. Crittenden Road. Take this to the south, you go into the village of Alden, another small town. We're outside of Buffalo by maybe 30 miles, somewhere around there. This bridge goes over more of the creek. We'll loop around back into the village. This is locally referred to as the Five Corners. Every direction has a stop sign, thankfully. Hopefully we don't have any upstart politicians interested in changing this to a roundabout. Why? Roundabouts are alright. We would just be spending more money for no reason. Just my opinion. For what that's worth. How much? About as much as yours. It's an old Saturn. Used to belong to my son. There is a car wash. The other side of the little bridge that was closed. Here's a local ice cream hot dog joint. Up on that ridge, where those higher trees are, is where the airport is. We'll be going up there. No jets, small prop jobs. They can be a little loud, but it's an interesting feature of the area. So if you're coming from out of town in your small plane, you can land right at the Akron airport. Tour the Octagon house and Akron Falls Park. Get yourself a nice meal, cold drink, a Guinness, maybe a Labatt's. You're really into the local scene, you can grab yourself a Jenny Cream Ale. Oh, good luck with that. Well, you'll have more money in your pocket when you leave. This is East Avenue. Yeah, it is. It's on the east side of the town. We're gonna get back to Main Street. Down there was Parkview where we went earlier. Coming up to Main Street, which again, another interesting factoid about Akron, New York. The Main Street, if you look to your right, is a dead end. That's right, it's a dead end. Goes nowhere. Unless you want to walk up through the woods, which is nice. There's some trails up there. This is the top of Main Street. There's the Octagon house again. Yeah, some nice little rabbit trails up there you can walk. Does keep the traffic down though. Main Street doesn't go anywhere. This is John Street. Backs up to the local school, Akron Central School. There's Madison Avenue. No shopping to be had, but that's what it's called. Sports fields at the school. Baseball, football, soccer, softball, track, bus garage. Another field up here. I believe only used for softball. Maybe not at all. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anybody up here lately. I know they use the volleyball courts. No alcohol allowed. Yeah, okay. Never anybody there with a can of beer in their hands, right? Nope, it's not allowed. This is the airport. Some hangars. All private planes. Small single engine jobs. And this dead ends as well. Long time ago, used to go straight through to the outside of town, but no longer. We will not break federal law and trespass on the airport. Don't need Homeland Security coming after me. This is new. This is a Richard Forstell Memorial Overlook. Local construction company owner, did a lot for the village over the years. He was a pilot himself, had a plane here. And on a clear day you can see, well, if you're at the right angle you can see the mist from Niagara Falls. Today all we're looking at is the coal-fired electric plant smokestack in Somerset, which is right on the shore of Lake Ontario. That's looking north, by the way. Falls would be more that way to the northwest. Back down to the village. Long time ago, used to make, did they have a concrete factory here? Gypsum mines. I think maybe even a dynamite factory company. 4th of July here is fun. There's always a parade right down this street and then right down Main. The local corner store. Wilder Park, just a corner park. A Fireman's Memorial. Thank you for your service, folks. We appreciate it. Yeah, some beautiful homes here on Bloomingdale. Very diverse little town. Looks like a sleepy little bedroom community, but it's actually bustling with business. We're lucky and we have a few industries that employ quite a few people, not just in the village but the surrounding area. Home of the Akron Tigers. Go Tigers. We're going to take this little shortcut on Indianola, show you some of the industry. This is Akron Rule, Akron with 2 A's. They make wooden rulers, yardsticks, and a lot of other promotional products and things of that nature. It used to be the Rochester Button Factory, even though it was in Akron. Rochester isn't far away, but they made buttons. As recently as when I was a kid, probably, I don't know, 40 years ago. This is the home of Ford Gum. If you buy yourself a little package of Big League Chew, this is where it's made. Or almost, I don't know how many percentage of gumballs are made here, but that's where they make them. Yummy stuff. Ackerson Avenue, we're going to turn right. My home street as a child. A little quiet around here today. That's why we like it. Let's see. An electric substation. There is the American Legion Hall. Again, guys, thanks for your service, guys and gals. Join the Legion if you're a vet. Oh, I should have mentioned, right back there by the substation, there are some bocce fields. Bring your bocce balls and challenge your friends to a game. The Village Inn is right here up the street on the left. Old style pub. We'll go back past that on the way back. And get your Guinness on tap there. Nice bite to eat. I believe they're serving Italian food these days. Here's the deposit depot. Return your cans and bottles. Thank you, Mario Cuomo, for the bottle law. Probably keeping a lot of things out of the landfill. And this is, if you check the name, Ice Cream Plaza. Home to Perry's Ice Cream. Manufactured and distributed from right here in the village. Nobody here today. And across the way there is Whiting roll-up door. See tractor trailers on the road. And a little sign down in the corner says Whiting Door Manufacturing. That's where they're made. Family owned. Family still around. As are the Perrys. Family owned since the beginning. 4th generation. 5th coming up. We hope all these businesses stick around a long, long time. So buy yourself a gumball. If you're anywhere in the Northeast, look for some Perry's ice cream. Folks here really appreciate your patronage. The old railroad line runs right along here. It's now a bike path. All paved. Beautiful. Ride your bike, walk, run, rollerblade. There's the Village Inn. Pasta sign in the window. Back to John Street. It'll probably take me about an hour to ride every street in the village. A lot of little side streets. There's a one-way right there. The next one's a one-way street, and those are the only one-way streets in town. There's the other side of the village park. Another nice playground, gazebo. They have band concerts there in the summer on Fridays. Other events, usually I think during the day, Thursdays. Music during lunchtime. We'll loop back up Parkview Drive next to Nick's Village Deli. And that about covers it. There's lots more. I'm sure I'm forgetting. Not as young as I used to be. Don't have the memory power anymore. But I did my best. Oh, there's an apartment for rent if you're looking for a place to live. Going back down Main Street. May have to stop at the liquor store today. I'm out of wine. A couple nice bikes. Grabbing lunch. Winter time and holiday time, there's a nice holiday fest. Is that a Harley guy waving to me? Huh. I have to freeze frame that. Wintertime, Winterfest thing, and New Year's. Do a big ball drop there in the town park midnight on New Year's, and usually around Christmas time, I believe, they have some horse-drawn carriage rides and shop the village day. Promote shopping local. Keep the money and the jobs around. Stay away from Walmart for at least one day of the year. The closest Walmart is, well, maybe 15 miles. It's close enough. I don't think we need one. Plenty of homes for sale. This is another end of the park you can only get to under the bridge on a walking path. But you have to come down this street to get into it by car or bike. Like an organized party here today. Used to use this field for Little League football practice. It's got lights. I don't think anybody uses it for much unless they use it for soccer practice maybe. Some can jam going down. Can jam, by the way, fun game with a frisbee, invented by a local, I don't want to say Buffalonian, so I'm not sure if he's from Buffalo itself, but somewhere around here. Hopefully he's done well. A couple pieces of plastic curled into a circle with a slot in them, throw the frisbee in. Simple. Entrepreneurial spirit lives on. Did some work on that creek bed there with those big rocks a couple years ago. Keep the creek where it belongs. Instead of eating away at the back of the Main Street businesses up there. We don't need that. You don't want to be eating your home fries and have the plate slide off the table on you. Well, I thought we were done, but you know, this little village just goes on and on with all kinds of cool stuff. There's a few pizza joints, a few diners. Again, the ale house. And get yourself some ice cream. You can have yourself a pop. I hate this corner. It'll be my only recommendation. Don't live on Brooklyn Street unless you're always turning right, because you can't see. Yeah. Usually here a while. Maybe this time. Off we go. Tally Bally Ho. Pizza joint. Told you. No wave. Another industry I can point out, Cold Spring Construction. The aforementioned recently deceased owner, Dick Forstell, owned that, which is located right here on our right. This is the bike path, another section of it, an old steamer. Steamroller. Wonder if that's a REO Speedwagon. Those were tractors, weren't they? Something like that. Mixing my metaphors or my heavy equipment manufacturers. Well, I could do this all day, but the batteries in the camera will probably run dry. Ah, Americana.